Hey guys, what is going on? It's Jake, aka ParkyOne here, and welcome to another episode of my Fleetwood Town career mode. Now, sorry if I sound gassy in this episode. I've just downed a Lucozade just before actually doing this commentary. Now, I just wanted to disclose that just in case that I do sound a bit different. But we started off our first game of the episode against Southend, and I actually went with Amiobi and Sunogo up front, and you know how I feel about Amiobi. Amiobi is, well, a liability in this team. That's definitely the case, and that's definitely why, if I could sell him, I would. And I can't sell him next year because I've realised that he's going to be retiring on his current contract. But we start off in the 4th minute with a goal, and who else would it be other than Vamara Sonogo? Like, he is our cup legend, and he is now becoming a club legend. And considering he's only 56 rated, he is absolutely brilliant, and honestly, he is one of our top 4 strikers. And I'm quite sad that I actually made so many signings in January, because that means that it might actually push him out of the lineup, considering that I signed Marvin Sordell. We'll still have Vaca, who's 19. We'll still have David Ball, who scores all the time. And we'll have Devontae Cole, who's like increasing rapidly. I think he's like 65 rated now, which is just unbelievable considering what he started out as. But yeah, we ended up finishing the first half at 1-0, and Southend had the first chance of the second half, but luckily for us, Barnett cannot actually produce anything from his chance. And Grant had the first chance for us, and what a finish by Bobby Grant. He actually finds himself back on the score sheet. Now, last episode he helped out Amiobi, and he helped out everybody with the double assist game. And he's finally back on the radar. It took him months and months to finally get back on the radar. But look at this for a terrible goal, as it was blocked once, saved once, and somehow fell to the feet of Barnett once again. And Barnett absolutely smashes it in with one of those typical FIFA dodgy finishes with a slide finish. You can see here for one more time we have Hunt on the ball. Mikowski gets in the way. Barnett takes a shot. Gogic gets in the way, but it falls straight back to Barnett, and he actually scores it. And here we go with Grant with a free kick, and he curls it quite far wide. I think it was a yard or so wide. I didn't really think it was going to be anywhere near that, but for some reason we led Hunt right free in the middle, and we are so lucky in the fact that he hit it right over the bar, and we actually finished the first game with a win. And that is absolutely brilliant, but here we go. Sorry, a bit gassy now. The main game of the episode, we have Chelsea in the final, and Danny Andrew, Ruddock Panzu, and Wes Burns get starts in the Capital One Cup final against Chelsea. And it's a pretty normal Chelsea side, apart from the fact that they've signed Jerome Boateng and Diego Godin as centre-backs. And Diego Godin's like 86 rated, and so's Boateng at this point, and it was ridiculous. But Vaca turns his man, and Vaca actually tests Courtois for the first chance of the game. And honestly, Chelsea didn't start the quickest, because in the 19th minute with the second chance, they were so lucky to actually dive in the way, and it was Azpilicueta in the end who actually dived in front of Leonardo Vaca. But Jimmy Ryan with a corner here, crossing into Wes Burns, and Courtois is tested once again, and Chelsea were on the ropes here. And we have our 4th chance just past the half-hour mark as Jimmy Ryan runs through, and he actually hits it off the target. And we were 4 chances up there, but none of them have gone in. Sarsic with a brilliant run from the wing, and he hits it straight into Courtois' hands. Like, he finessed it straight into his hands. And here we go, Chelsea with their first attack of the game. Diego Costa hits it at Gogic, but Gogic does well just to palm it straight into the ground. And that was it for the first half. Chelsea had 1 shot in the entire first half, and it wasn't really a testing final, to be fair, considering we're against Chelsea, an improved Chelsea at that. And Sarcevic here with the first chance of the second half, and Courtois is tested once again. But luckily from the corner, subsequent corner, he crosses it in, and Mikowski, he heads it, but it's cleared straight off the line, and Mikel here passes it on to Willian. It's bounced off a defender, and then for some reason Mikel tries an overhead kick, and it really does not work. But here's Leonardo Vaca with a shot, and Courtois saving once again. Like, what is going on with Courtois? He's having a master of a game. Like, he's proving why he's Chelsea's number 1. but we crossed it in, and Wes Burns actually heads it into the back of the net. And it had to be Wes Burns. It had to be, of all players, the guy with the ginger beard from Wales. It had to be Wes Burns, the guy who we are quite happy to get rid of, like, come summer, because I don't think I'm going to be re-signing him, like, considering he's actually on loan. I think it's from Bristol, but don't quote me on that. But I'm not re-signing him. I don't care how vital that goal was. He just hasn't done anywhere near. Well, he hasn't kept up the standard that I was expecting from him whatsoever. But Chelsea started packing on the pressure come 90th minute, and luckily Gogic had it covered. But Mikel's shot went past the post, and with this, the goal kick led to the final whistle, and let the celebrations begin. Fleetwood Town have won the Capital One Cup final 1-0 against Chelsea, with who else but Wes Burns scoring the winner. And you can see what it means to the players. The players are absolutely going rampant. And Chelsea, they're just crying their little eyes out. There's Diego Costa. And normally he's like the big bad beast, but now he's crying on the floor with his head in his hands. And there we go. Fleetwood Town with Danny Andrew at left back, Mikowski at centre back, and Rudiger Panzu in the centre mid spot. We actually won the Capital One Cup. And of course, we signed Rudiger Panzu for £75,000 from Luton Town, and now he's a Capital One Cup winner with Fleetwood Town. What a season he must be having. What a feeling he must be having. Like, considering he's moved from Luton Town, who are struggling in League 2, to a very, very pivotal League 1 side that look like they're going up to the Championship. They're the current Capital One Cup holders, as Jimmy Ryan lifts the cup, as everyone jumps up behind him, and the crowd is going wild. I don't even think there's that many people in Fleetwood. like Fleetwood is a very small town. We could not fill Wembley. I'm sorry, but it wouldn't be a 50-50 occasion with us and Chelsea, because there is a lot more people who support Chelsea than supporters of Fleetwood. But here we go. They're actually going in for the team photo now, and for some reason we have a sub there just lying right in front. But yep. Oh, we have won a cup. We are holding some silverware down, and there was no time to celebrate, as we went straight into the next game against Gillingham, and it was Gillingham away, so it wasn't going to be an easy game whatsoever. And of course we have John Egan playing against us here, like one of our January signings, our pre-contract signing. Right, and he will be joining us on the 1st of July, so it'll be a good test to see how he actually plays against his new club. Hopefully he doesn't throw the game, like because it'll show morale and everything, but oh well. And Amari Bell crossed the ball in, and Devontae Cole. Oh my days, what a header. Like, it shows the cup success has actually empowered the team. As 15 minutes into the game, Amari Bell crosses the ball into the box. Devontae Cole with a backwards header. He spins it around and then heads it right into the top corner of the net to actually go 1-0 ahead. And Vamara Sonogo here actually powering through, but unluckily shoots the ball straight into the keeper's hands, and that was really unlucky there from the youngster. And Antoni Sarcevic passing the ball to Devontae Cole, and what a save from Nelson. Nelson palmed it wide and it went out just straight for a corner, as Cole looks knackered already for some odd reason. But Vamara Sonogo, he goes dribbling again. He goes straight through, and what does he do? He wins a penalty against the big brute centre-back. I think his name's Aimer. And luckily, he's not the one that we actually signed. Like, John Egan didn't actually do much wrong in this game. Aimer was the one who actually did a lot wrong. So, Vamara Sonogo won the penalty. So, he'll take the penalty, and what a beauty that was. Right in the top bins. Right in the top netting. And those new boots that he's got on are really doing the trick. By the way, I bought the edit player thing from the EA catalogue, and I've edited the players' boots. I didn't actually have boots. I've edited like the undershirts, like the shirt types, like skin tight thing and everything, with quite a few players, just so it looks a bit more realistic. And the fact that we haven't just got like youth players from the youth squad and everything like that, and like players from the free agent market. So I've updated the boots on quite a few of them. I've updated the kit styles and everything like that. And Calvin Phillips was so unlucky there, as Nelson pulls off a worldie. Like, he actually palms it right underneath him, and the defender's able to clear the ball. But here we go with Jackson. He pushes off two players, and he gets off a shot, but lucky for us, it goes right over the bar. But yep, we have McDonald here, and what a save by Gogic. Gogic is becoming one of my favourite players in the whole team. And I'm thinking of giving him the number 1, because Maxwell hasn't played all season. And to be honest, he doesn't deserve to play at this point. He's 26 years old, and Gogic is 19, and he's already almost 10 rankings better than him. But because of Gogic, we finished that game with a clean sheet. We won 2-0. And our next game is against Peterborough, and I think this is our third to last game. And we actually put out quite a strong side. It's near enough the side that actually played against Chelsea in the cup final. Apart from Niranoldi is coming in for Nelson, because Nelson was cropped down by the Chelsea players, the Chelsea attack. I think it was Diego Costa who actually cropped him down. So he's actually out for quite a long time. But luckily, he's coming back at the same time as Agat Johnson, and I think that's 2 weeks after this episode ends. So luckily, I think 2 games after this game ends, I think we'll actually have a full defence back. Finally, we'll actually have a full defence for this side. Like, Agat Johnson's been out for 3 months so far. Like, I can't even remember the last game he actually played in. If you can remember, make sure to put it down in the comments right underneath this, because in 2 weeks he will be back full fitness. And so will Nilsson. And they're going to play all the time. Well, Agat Johnson, it says in his contract that he's a pivotal player to the squad, so he will be playing a lot more than Nilsson. But I prefer Nilsson to Johnson, and that might be a move that I might make in the summer. I might actually sell Agat Johnson, and I might bring in a lower rated centre back, because Joe Davis, John Egan, Marcus Nilsson, and I've already said Joe Davis, haven't I? Yeah, and it will be a 4th centre-back. Because I'm not sure whether to sell Niranoldi. I'm really not sure, considering that I've started playing him a lot, considering that we've had quite a few injuries, and he's a really good player. A really good player, considering he's our lowest rated centre-back in the entire squad. Like, he is honestly so good. His strength is amazing, his speed's amazing. His passing's a bit iffy, which you can expect from a defender, but you know what? He is actually such a pivotal defender in this team, and I have no regrets actually playing him. But we actually didn't get a goal there. Whilst I've been talking, we've actually scored 2 goals in this game. But Danny Andrew here plays through Leonardo Vaca, and a great save from the Peterborough keeper there. I think that's Olnwick in net. Don't quote me on that, because I wasn't paying attention to the team sheet before the game. But Shola Amiobi here. Oh, it is Ben Olnwick, yeah. And Shola Amiobi tries a sliding finish, but Ben Olnwick stops the last chance of the game, and we actually win that game 2-0 with Wes Burns yet again on the score sheet, and Leonardo Vaca. But in our second to last game of the episode, we have Shrewsbury Town. Now, yet again, I've told you this twice, or maybe 3 times already in this career mode. It's my home club versus my work club. And getting a win here will be pivotal in my bragging rights, essentially. I know it's not real bragging rights, but if I go back to actually working there and go, yep, I beat you in FIFA 3 times in a row, they won't think anything of it, actually. Like, they won't actually think a thing, because it's a video game. But we like to think of it as real life, and Wesolowski almost scored there, but Gogic denied him. He was actually properly tested there, but looking at this is our first chance of the game, just short half an hour in, and Jimmy Ryan skies the free kick. I don't know what's happened to him. Like, at the start of the season, he was banging in free kicks left, right, and centre, but now he can't actually get anywhere near the goal with them, and I don't know what's wrong with him, but just for the half, Andy Mangan's shot, easily blocked by the defenders, but it fell straight to Abu Agogo. Abu Agogo takes a first-time volley, and it rifles straight into the side netting. And I forgot to. I was that angry with the goal that I actually skipped the half-time annotation. So that was a quick show of the stats. I've not had a shot on target yet, but that changed everything. And it was 49 minutes into the game with Kiwomya, who, yet again, he's another player who's really disturbing the rankings at the moment, considering that all these pre-contract players that I signed, we've got a lot of midfielders coming in, and Kiwomya is really storming up those buys, because Sarcevic, he's not leaving. Bobby Grant, he started coming back into form, and that The only reason I actually signed Romain Sawyers is because that Sarcevic and Grant I didn't think would be good enough. Well, Sarcevic would be, but Grant really dipped in form by January, and I was really thinking about selling him. But now he's really come into his own. And the same with Kiwomya. Kiwomya's come into his own, and I don't know what's going to happen, because I actually went ahead and I actually did a separate save file to see what rating I could get him up to. And Kiwomya actually goes up to a 66 after one season. So obviously he will be the same rating as all the players that we signed. And that's going to be a real risk, considering that I can't remember what I actually promised each player, because some might have been crucial, some might have been important, some might have not even had a role at all. But I need to find that out, and I will find that out after this episode, because I need to find out who I can play where. But whilst actually talking about that, there was another goal from Kiwomya and a equaliser from Shrewsbury. But here we go with the final goal of the game in the 90th minute. Calvin Phillips burst through with one of the worst shots of the series. But Luke Violet does nothing to stop it. He did terribly in goal, and you'll see it here. He dived out of the way, and I would have been furious if that was Gogic. But saying that again, that wouldn't have been Gogic, because Gogic would have dived and saved that shot really easily. But now we're going to finish this episode off with the quarterfinals of the FA Cup, and it is against Hull City. And their side is relatively strong. I actually had a look at Sam Clucas right at the start of this series, and I could not afford him. I really couldn't afford him. But he was another one that if I couldn't actually sign anyone on pre-contract, I would have gone after. But I actually signed enough players, and I actually mentioned the Kiwomya situation within the last game. So I will not be signing any more midfielders at all. But they started off the game perfectly here, as El Mohammadi runs down the wing. I couldn't stop him. I think it was Danny Andrews playing at left back this game. He crosses it in to Abel Hernandez. It is Danny Andrew, by the way. He crosses it into Abel Hernandez. And Abel Hernandez with a perfect volley right into the net. Like, Gogic had no chance, but we pass it off to Murgia here, and Murgia makes a mockery of McGregor. I actually really like that saying, makes a mockery of McGregor. There's a lot of alliteration there. But yeah, Murgia gets a perfect finish off here. And so Morrison go passes the ball off to him, and the keeper and the defender that are trying to block it can't do anything. But the pace of Abel Hernandez was really a problem in this game. But we managed to get it away. Luckily, Gogic he's becoming a hero in this team, a real hero. But we try a finesse shot here with Bobby Grant, and Bobby Grant, for some reason, couldn't get his shooting boots on this game, and he didn't seem to actually fit the bill. But Murgia here, running through, I don't know what McGregor's doing here, but Bobby Grant, I said that he didn't have his shooting boots on. If he missed that, he would have been docked straight away. He would have been on the transfer list if he missed that. But he made a mockery. He's the second player to make a mockery of McGregor, as he actually tackles the keeper and almost walks the ball into the net. I was in two minds there whether to actually run it in or whether to actually shoot it, but I think I did the right decision in the end. And the last chance of the half is Maloney heads it just wide, and I was so happy that he headed it actually wide of the target, because if he headed that in, I would have been absolutely furious, considering it was on the 45th minute mark. But Leonardo Vaca here in the 56th minute and forces a good save out of McGregor as he palms it over the top of the net. And here we go with them actually having a shot. I'm not actually sure who that was. I think it was Sam Clucas there with a header, but it was nowhere near the target. And we actually came right back on the attack with Zambo, who I actually subbed on. First thing he did in the game was hit the post. And Zambo, I'm really trying to not use loan players now, considering we're coming up to the end of the season. He hit the post again. Zambo hit the post twice. But yeah, I'm really trying not to use loan players at the moment, considering that I'm trying to build up the ratings of my players that are actually staying in the club. But at this point, I had a lot of injuries, a lot of tired players. So Zambo actually made it into the team. Roderick Mpanzu passing it off to Nick Houghton. Nick Houghton lost the ball, but Roderick Mpanzu, with that outrageous volley, missed the target by quite a distance. But here we go with the final chance of the game as Diamande hit straight over the bar. And that was the final chance of the game. And that is how the game finished. 2-1 to Fleetwood Town. And we are in the semi-finals. We will be playing West Brom. So, guys, if you enjoyed this episode, make sure to leave a like. Subscribe if you haven't already. And you know what, guys? See you later.